Today I'm going to share with you 7 reasons why Google, Apple, and many other companies may be every single dean, president, and chancellor's worst nightmare today. So recently, Business Insider came out with an article talking about the fact that Apple and Google no longer require a 4-year degree. And on top of Apple and Google, you got IBM, Bank of America, Netflix, and many other companies. So think about all these universities that constantly pitch the idea of, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, the reason why you're sending your kid to our school and spending $200,000 because we have the highest percentage of hiring people at Apple, Google, IBM, B of A. That's why you put your kids through our school, because we guarantee a good job. Those days have changed. By the way, it's a pretty scary time right now for universities. They are literally shivering. If what I'm about to talk to you right now actually takes place, things are going to dramatically change with the educational system the next decade. Let me get right into it. Point number 1, speed is every single college and university's worst nightmare. Things are changing so fast right now that everybody's worried. This isn't a good thing for universities and colleges, because universities and colleges, think about it this way. If I'm running a company, if I'm running a business, if I'm Google, Apple, IBM, B of A, who do you think finds out first that things are changing faster, that new things are needed? Universities or companies? Who do you think finds out first? First is companies. Then universities find out about it. So who pivots first? They do. So these companies are starting to say, why are we waiting on them to pivot to us while we can pivot, not having to wait for them? They are slowing us down. They're not teaching the stuff we want because they cannot catch up with the current speed that the marketplace is going. These guys are getting killed simply due to speed. Number 2, memory is no longer needed. There used to be a time that everybody had that smart uncle. Everybody had that smart cousin, that smart relative. Matter of fact, what is that show, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Wasn't one of the things was what, 50-50, all these other things, and one of them was what, phone a friend, right, is what it was, and you would call the uncle. Yes, I'd like to phone a friend. Who? Uncle John. He's the smartest person in the world. You'd call Uncle John. Uncle John, you know, hey, who was the 23rd president of the United States? Let me tell you who it is. It's this person, right? That person doesn't exist. A strong memory today no longer is as important as it used to be. Watch this. Hey, Siri, who was the 23rd president of the United States of America?
The answer is Benjamin Harrison, from March 4th, 1889 to March 4th, 1893.
You know the people that are very good at math? Watch this one here. Hey, Siri, what is 27,227 divided by 13?
227 divided by 13 is about 17.4615.
Can you do it as quickly as Siri does it? Or Google? Or can you do it as fast as Alexa does it? What happened there? See, this replaced all the people that have great memories. So you'd go to school because, oh my gosh, you're going to be able to work on this. Doesn't matter anymore, because these machines, that, by the way, all these machines that you're talking about, all of these machines are enemies to universities today. They are enemies to universities today because that key about no memorization anymore, no longer that important today. Number 3, computer science degree is obsolete within 3 years. You get a computer science degree today, within 3 years, it's obsolete. Number 4, teachers need to go to school. Not high school graduates need to go to school. Teachers are outdated. Let me explain to you why. If a teacher got his or her degree in 1988, that's an outdated degree of 1988 today. Now, somebody may say, well, all teachers do is they teach what the curriculum is at a university. Well, fine. The curriculum that's being passed on to the teachers is outdated. Let me simplify it for you. Somebody sits there from companies and tells somebody to tell universities that their curriculum is outdated. They go and tell a group to come up with a new curriculum, and then they have to get it approved by the state. Then the state has to get it approved by another person. Then finally leads to the teacher to teach the new curriculum that's already taken 18 months to get approved. That is already outdated. So teachers need to go back to school and learn from the new generation that's coming up on what really today's times are. We sent a couple of our guys to Wharton Business School 2 weeks ago. $12,000, $13,000 a pop. Then they tell me, they say, one of the professors got up and his talk was digital media. And this is his opening. Listen, I just want to let everybody know that's here at Wharton Business School. What I'm about to share with you right now about digital media, some of the stuff may be outdated, and you guys may know some of the stuff more than I do, but don't judge me. Let me just share with you what I learned today. Wait a minute, let me get this straight. We are spending $12,000, $13,000 to send them to school for you to teach our guys outdated material that you haven't updated yet? Why the hell are we spending money sending people to school? For what? What for? Well, it's really about the other students you meet and the people you meet over there. Then I'll send them to YPO and Vistage. Why am I sending them to university to come and meet with you? Complete different times. So companies are starting to realize teachers are outdated because their degree is outdated, because the curriculum is outdated, and universities are just moving way too slow because speed is their number one enemy. Number 5, companies train you to specialize on a skill set. Let me explain this to you. I asked one of our guys today who got an MFA. Okay, it's like a PhD in fine arts, right, is what he got, is what he told me. I asked him a question. I said, let me ask you this. What do you remember you learned from that school when you got your degree? It took you 6 or 8 years. What do you remember from it? He went, man, I don't know what to take. I don't know what I remember from it. I said, what did you learn from it that you still use today? Honestly, I don't know. See, companies say they don't have time like that because things are moving so quickly. So companies saying, wait a minute, I'm waiting for you to go to school for 4 years to come to me because you learn about drinks, bartending, ecstasy, drugs, partying, clubbing, hooking up with girls, Tinder, really swipe right, which way do we swipe? I'm waiting for you to go learn all that stuff. That's culture you bring to my company. I don't have that kind of time. I'd much rather hire you, and out of the 4 years of you going to school, I'm going to create my own programming for you and train you in this one specific area or 2-3 areas that's going to take me to teach you for 3 to 6 months in current times. Then I'm fine. I don't need you to know all the other stuff you went to school for. That saves them time. And they're controlling what's being taught to the students and employees that they want. Very simple. Rather than generalizing, companies are starting to realize we'll take charge of specializing because we definitely cannot wait on universities on how slow they move. Next, companies are starting their own universities. Very scary. Let me say this one more time. Companies are starting their own universities. This is so scary, I can't even describe to you. Every college university is going to sit there and say, what do you mean companies are starting their own universities? There's online university. We have it here ourselves. Companies are starting their own campuses. You know, McDonald's has McDonald's University. Every one of these major companies now, they have universities. And guess who their professors are? Employees who work there, who are touching everything, who are coding everything based on today's times, not based on 20 years' times, based on today's curriculum. And you're going to university at Google, IBM, you know, all Apple, all of these companies, and their professors are teaching you what is needed today. An edge over all the other universities out there. Last but not least, number 7. You know what's number 7? Very simple. These big companies, by doing this, they're controlling the narrative. Look, things changed. They are controlling what they are brainwashing into their employees. When you go into a new school, people say, brainwashing is a bad word. When you go to college, what do? Our university, let me tell you what we did. We went this person went here, that person went here, and they get brainwashed about how amazing the university is. Then you become a booster and you're going to give contributing money for the rest of the career of that school. That's what happens, right? Very simple. Simple protocol. These companies are saying, wait a minute. If we're letting these kids be brainwashed about school, why don't we brainwash them on how great of a company we are? We've actually made an impact. We've actually made new patents. We've actually made products. We've actually created jobs. We actually changed the world. Here's who we are. Oh my gosh, I love this company. They're brainwashing early about how special of a company they are because they're doing the same exact thing all these major universities doing nationwide. So watch this. All this stuff I'm talking to you about is purely speed becomes the number one enemy of every single college and university. Watch this here. In 1991, all of us bought one of these things if you had it. If you wanted an all-weather personal stereo, it was $1188. AM/FM clock radio, $1388. In-ear stereo phone, $788. Micro thing calculator, $488. Tandy 1000 TL3, $1,599. That's a computer. VHS camcorder, $799. Mobile cellular phone, $199. Mobile CB, $49.99. 20 memory speed dial phone, $29.99. Deluxe portable CD player, $159.99. 10-channel desktop scanner, $99.99. Phone answering machine, $49.99. Handheld cassette tape recorder, you had $29.99. Totaled $3,054. And today's money is $5,100. You know what that is? Right here, in one. All of this in one. Everything I told you, half the stuff you don't even know what it means, it's in this thing right here. This one phone has all of it. Colleges and universities wake up every morning wishing this was never invented. This is their enemy. And these guys can no longer wait, because their enemy is speed, and they cannot wait on the speed that colleges and universities have, which is very slow. Slow, so slow. They have to control the narrative. They have to take charge. And the whole part about taking charge is they're sitting there saying, wait a minute, I'm sending these kids to school for hoping they get some hard skills. Hard skill is a language, programming, coding. You know, maybe they know how to do, some storage system, some things like that. That's hard skills. And they're starting to realize, I'm better off getting people who have some good soft skills, problem solving, EQ, attitude, critical thinking, teamwork. A lot of these things you can pick up if you played high school sports in high school. So a high school athlete or somebody that was involved in different kind of groups, they already have some of this stuff. Why do I need somebody to go to a 4-year degree? I don't need them. Give it to us at 18. Give it to us at 19. We'll train them. Give it to us. We're okay. We'll have our own system. Listen, if you're watching this video saying, Pat, if anything you're saying is right, these colleges and universities ought to be frightened. Well, listen, this is not even the end of it. This is just something for you to be thinking about. I can make 30 other points talking about why these companies are starting to no longer require a 4-year degree. The video I want you to watch, after watching this, a video I made, I don't know, 6 months ago, 5 months ago, became so controversial. We got so many different emails, notes. Universities contacted us. People around the world contacted us about this video because they said if half of this stuff that's being talked about in this video, the educational system better change quickly before they have one of the biggest disruptions in any industry taking place within these universities and colleges. So click here to watch the video titled Biggest Scam in America. If you have any thoughts, comment below. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, click on the subscribe button right here and join the notification squad. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.